chapter. Chapter is second chapter, or we say the Sankhya Yoga or contents of Gita, summarized. Actually, the Prabhupada gives the title. So let us chant the shloka. It's a continuation from the last chapter that Arjuna sat on the chariot, casting aside his bow and arrow. And Sanjay told Dhritarashtra the same thing, that Arjuna is sitting down without bow and arrow. So let us see what happens further. Let us chant the shloka. Sanjaya Uvacha
Sanjaya Uvacha
Tam Tatha Krupaya
Tam Tata Kripaya Vishtam
Ashru Purna Kulekshanam
Asrapurna Kulekshanam
Vishidantam Idam Vakyam
Visidantamidam Vakyam
Vacha Madhusudana.
Vacha Madhusudana
Sanjaya Vacha
Sanjaya Uvacha
Tam Tatha Krupaya Vishtam
Tam Tata Kripaya Vishtam
Ashru Purna Kulekshanam
Asrapurna Kulekshanam
Vishidantam Idam Vakyam
Visidantamidam Vakyam
Vacha Madhusudana.
Vacha Madhusudana.
Is anybody wants to chant?
सञ्जयोवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणं विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदन
Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tata Kripaya Ashrupo Visidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana.
Okay, so let's read translation and purport. Sanjay said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudan Krishna spoke the following words. Purport. Material compassion, lamentation, and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for eternal soul is self-realization. The word Madhusudan is significant in this word. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhusudan, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that has overtaken him in discharge of his duty. No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing the outward dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laments for outward dress is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessary. Arjuna was a Kshatriya and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of ignorant man, and for this purpose, Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in self realization by analytical study of the material body and spirit soul, as explained by the Supreme Authority, Lord Krishna. This realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruiting results and is situated in fixed conception of real self. So, as Srila Prabhupada mentions, this chapter is also called Sankhya Yoga because we study what is body made up of, what is soul, how is soul composed of. So that's a Sankhya Yoga or analytical study. And Sanjay is continuing his description to the Drashtra that now Arjuna is Krupaya Vishtam, overwhelmed by the Krupaya, compassion. And Ashru Purna Kulekshanam means his eyes filled with tears. He is crying. Vishidantam is lamenting. Then Krishna spoke this sentence. So he is using the word Madhusudana. So here, Arjuna expressed his feeling and emotions that he's going through on the war front, and seeing the Kaurav army is prepared to fight against him. So till now, he was explaining what he's experiencing internally. uh, and there is when there are feelings are internal and the expressions are outwards, right? So outside we will show the expression of what the feelings we have inside us. So if we have very good feeling or happy feeling, we laugh. So laughing is a expression, and the feeling of happiness and comic is inside that we feel. If inside we feel anger, uh, then the expression is we shout or we hit somebody. So here Arjuna has already explained his situation to Krishna and his thoughts also, and that is what he's experiencing, seeing the armies and his acharya and relatives who came to fight against him. That is his experience, internal experience. And now what we are seeing, what Sanjay is explaining, his eyes full of tears, and he's depressed. uh, his eyes full of tears means that is the expression of his depression and lamentation that he's showing now. So the expression has come out, the experience has come out in form of expression. So Arjuna is a great warrior who has fought so many wars, and he has been trained to suppress or conceal his experience and expressions. So even if he experiences pain while fighting, he is trained to conceal that pain and don't show like it's a pain, or hold the hand if there is some sword or something hit his hand. So he's been trained to conceal his experiences. And that's the kshatriya warriors are. They don't show what is going inside, or what experience they are having inside during the war also, because if they start expressing the pain, then the enemy party will understand, oh, where is the pain, and then they will try to exploit it, and then we will become the enemy will become powerful because of our expression. So Arjuna is already trained to conceal, but his pain and his lamentation, his compassion now is so strong that he's expressing and crying, right? So that's a very strong expression for a warrior like Arjuna in front of all the armies, who can easily take advantage of this situation. But Arjuna is in a situation where he is not caring or is not worried about what the enemy will think, but his situation is his crying is the expression of his experience of compassion, and that is naturally coming out. So if Arjuna is expressing this crying, that means his pain is so strong and so highest degree that he is crying. So from this we can understand that now Krishna is going to speak Bhagavad Gita, is going to start. He will chastise also Arjuna, but he will, by just singing the Bhagavad Gita, he will remove Arjuna's all misconceptions and misunderstandings, and make him understand how he was putting his compassion at wrong place. So the message of Bhagavad Gita is so strong that it helps, or it recovers a warrior like Arjuna, who is well trained and who is number one warrior in the world. So Bhagavad Gita's message is for everyone, because I think we are not in a situation, or we are not so much trained, or we are not facing situations that might be Arjuna faced. Maybe we are facing a minute percentage of what he has been experiencing. So Krishna's message of Bhagavad Gita is very well applicable to us, and we can use it in our life to be more focused on the self-realization, right? So and now Krishna is going to speak from the next verse, and here the word Madhusudana is used, right? So Sri Prabhupada writes like Krishna killed the demon Madhusudan, and so Arjuna is wanted to uh, kill the misunderstanding that he has. So this Madhusudan, I checked, I was searching basically because this Madhusudan word is used in several verses in Bhagavad Gita, at least five, six. In the first chapter also it was there. Now it is also is coming. So Madhusudan has one meaning what Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, that he killed the demon called Madhu. There are two demons actually, Madhu and Kaitaba. So Krishna killed both of them. So that's the word Madhusudan, who kills Madhusudan. And the another meaning given by Sridhar Swami, who is one of the Acharya in Vaishnavism, he has mentioned that Madhu means sweet, right? And a person, our false ego is also very sweet and it is very dear to us. And false ego covers our real identity, and for our false ego we are ready to do anything, right? Wrong things, any adjustment we can do. And Krishna as Madhusudan, he destroys our false ego by the knowledge. So that's why he is also called Madhusudan. So that is one of another meaning. And I also checked this because in Krishna book or in other places there is no direct description of Krishna directly killing Madhu and Kaitava. So this is in Puranas. It is mentioned that when Garbhodakshai Vishnu, from Garbhodakshai Vishnu, the lotus root sprout and Brahma was born on it, and Brahma was first creator, and Supreme Lord gave him responsibility of creation. And then he asked Brahma didn't knew how to create, so the only words came from inside his mind and heart is tapa. So he started doing the austerity, and at that time from Mahavishnu's ear wax came out, and from there two demons were came. They become two demons. Those are Madhu and Kaitab were the demons, and they also did the austerity, and Lakshmi got pleased with them, and she gave them blessing that you will die only when you desire to die. And so they started giving pain and suffering to Brahma, who was doing tapasya. And but Brahma was helpless. He cannot do anything because he was just a creator and a different mood, not a Kshatriya mood of fighting. So he took shelter of Vishnu and requested Vishnu to help him after doing some tapasya. And then Vishnu said, okay. And then Vishnu killed this Madhu and Kaitaba. So we have to understand that when Krishna is addressed as Madhusudan here, it's Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata, and in Mahabharata, in the previous story or previous pastimes, before we come to Bhagavad Gita, actually this war, Arjuna and all other on the Kaurav side and the Pandav side, they already know that Krishna is the source of all the incarnation or all the material world. So he's also source of all the devatas, and how the Vishnus are also connected to Krishna. So Sanjay also know all these things. Uh, and so Krishna has already established his divinity because of his activities and his vision that he gave in the assembly of Kaurava. So everybody knew that Krishna and Vishnu's relationship and how they are related. So here he is addressed. Sanjay is also addressing him as Madhusudan. So this is the pastime of Madhusudan and the meaning of why Madhu, the Madhu Kaitab, killing of Madhu Kaitab demon. So they represent the ignorance that we have, and Arjuna also expresses Krishna as Madhusudan to kill his, to finish his ignorance and give him knowledge by knowledge. So that's the importance of this word Madhusudan here. So this shloka actually starts the um, trigger or the point at which Krishna will start addressing Arjuna in different ways, and he will refute all the arguments. And that is very important for us because we are also in the situation when we face challenges and pain, and we express that pain. But how to tolerate those pains? Many people ask how to tolerate the anger, how to tolerate the stress. So all these answers will come in due course of time when Krishna starts explaining the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna and through Arjuna to all of us. Thank you very much. If any questions or any points that anyone would like to share, please feel free. It's a interesting point of the Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question.
Mhm.
Um, Before the war, the Kauravas they knew that Krishna is God. Why
Mhm.
they didn't take shelter of Krishna, or
Yeah,
they didn't go? Yeah, please tell me.
yeah. So you have another question?
No, no, no. I want to expand. No, you got it. Please explain.
Yeah. So in this material world, Krishna explains further in the next chapters that there are two types of people, like who have demonic mentality and people who have divine mentality. So there will be people always like this, and the demonic peoples, who the people who have the demonic mentality, they never surrender. So even if they knew Krishna is the supreme, and we should surrender, but because of their divine, sorry, divine, not divine, the demonic nature and the demonic qualities, and they being overcome by their anartha of say false ego or pride, they were not able to surrender to him. And instead of surrendering to him, they became jealous of him, and they started fighting against him. They insulted him. So there will be always these people, and this we experience in the story of Krishna, in the pastimes of Rama, and all other uh, pastimes we see. There will be always these two peoples. So even if we know, and Krishna explains in the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita why people why people don't surrender. So Krishna explains that he does not reveal himself or his divinity in a way that person. It depends on how we surrender that Krishna reveals himself. So Krishna, because the demonic peoples never appreciate Krishna's divinity or transcendental nature, then they don't. Krishna don't reveal himself in that way, and that's why they are not able to surrender in spite of him in front of him. But in Kauravas, there were like Bhishma, he knew. So, but he gave importance to his dharma, right? Protecting Hastinapur. He gave importance to that more than surrendering. But in that dharma, following the dharma, he also joined the pastime of Krishna, where Krishna glorified Bhishmadev eternally, that he is the greatest devotee. So there were people in the Kaurav army also who knew and who surrendered, but some men were not able to surrender because of their uh, ignorance. Get
Thank
that?
you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Very clear.
So we should not be surprised that if we start to tell about God, or if we follow the dharmic path, there will be people who oppose. It's nothing new. It's always there. Demons are always there.
Mm-hmm.
Because in our heart also we have one good intentions, we have bad intentions inside us also, right? In all the situations. So it's the
Yes, yes.
same expression outside is there.
Mm-hmm. So Krishna didn't want to reveal to them because they didn't have good mind.
Yeah,
Mm.
they don't have mind to surrender
Mm.
to.
Yes, yes. Mm. Okay. So Krishna reveals himself to his devotees.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So in the YouTube, there are videos, right? The big stars, they change their make look up, and then they go into people public. Then public don't understand. I saw one video of the football player, right, Ronaldo. He changed his look and he was playing the football in the marketplace, but nobody understood he's Ronaldo. So, but one small kid approached him and he started playing football. Then he removed his all the makeup, and then everybody understood. Oh, he is the greatest player. So but nobody approached him to play with him, so he didn't show. So in simple scenarios, also we can see how we behave or how generally people behave. So the Krishna is the supreme, so is the same rule applies there also, and we can see the reflection of that same, the example that I gave is the same example. How we approach, the person reveals. It's applicable to us also. We also
Mm-hmm.
work like that only.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the nice example. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you very much for joining on weekend. It's very encouraging when you all join on weekends, because weekends we generally want to relax, right? But you all joined, so it's really helpful. And let's keeps discussing and reading Bhagavad Gita every day. Thank you very much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.